Hey y'all, welcome back to another video of Life Chester for the Bold and Beautiful May 22nd, 2025. I about to say General Hospital, Lord. First things first, let me know your thoughts on today's new episode. Same old same, just a different day. They still doing flashbacks of Brooke having on the showstopper and stuff. I was like, dude, at this point, because you gotta think about it. If this show was actually an hour, because it's not just one episode or the next episode, this is a combination. So they still doing flashback. I said, how you gonna do a flashback 2 days in a row of the same thing? Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, on yesterday's episode, they did flashback when Brooke had that article or newspaper or something she had in her hand. That's when they did the flashback. They did another flashback on today's episode. I said, this don't make no sense now. This don't make no sense. Y'all already ain't doing nothing. I was expecting them to show Liam on today's episode. Excuse me. But yeah, let me know y'all thoughts. What did y'all think? Did nothing happen? So this probably, I don't know how long this review gonna be because did nothing happen. Taylor ends up stopping by to see Brooke, and she ends up talking to her about the fashion show. I think first Brooke said something to her. What did she say to this girl? She said something about something special, and that's why the press keeps talking about it and stuff. Then they got to talking about the fashion show. Taylor gave her props, but she told her regardless of what went down at the fashion show, um Reg still committed to me. He still wants me. I said, I don't think so. I said, I hate to say it because I was hoping that it'd be different this time. I mean, so far it has been different. But on today's episode, when she was telling him how, she not insecure no more, she confident in what they have. While they was hugging, hold on, it's about to go off again. While they was hugging, while they was hugging, they zoomed in on his face. Y'all know anytime they zoom in on their face, they letting you know. They letting you know what it really is. But yeah, he over here. I said, why you look like that? If you with the woman you really want, then he keeps saying, y'all know what I'm about to say. He keeps saying how I already hurt her so much. I'm not gonna hurt her again. I said, I don't think that's what you're supposed to be saying. But now you can say I'm in love with her. I'm in love with Taylor, or whatever, and I'm not gonna hurt her again or something like that. But you keep saying how you're not gonna hurt her. You don't hurt her all y'all life and stuff. And I was like, dude, you just told Katie, just like you told Brooke on that other episode, basically, you would be with Brooke, but I don't hurt Taylor so much, and I made a commitment. You also made a commitment to Brooke. You also made a commitment to Brooke, but then you walked out on her because you thought she took the CEO position or whatever. Didn't they agree not to do that? Didn't they agree not to let their daughters come in between them? But it's the same old saying. He over here, he still don't know who he want. He should have been put Katie up out there, told her to stop. But he did tell her on today's episode, y'all. But yeah, Brooke and Taylor was talking about the fashion show and the fact that she said something about she used to be insecure, but make no mistake, it's all about the company. It's not about what they share. Yeah, they share the moment. Yeah, y'all share the moment or whatever, but y'all not meant to be. He chose me. I said, but he didn't. He didn't. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, they still going back and forth stuff. After Taylor left, Brooke ends up telling Hope about her conversation, and she was saying she was so sure and confident that he'll come back because the destiny that they share. She said destiny one more time. But yeah, she was just confiding in Hope about her feelings about the whole situation. She's like, that's what I need to do. I need to not give up. I need to, keep on going. I said, no, you need to give up. You need to walk away. You need to walk away. But yeah, that's all that happened with Brooke and Taylor. Katie and Ridge, she was still telling him how him and Brooke were always meant to be together, just trying to encourage him. Even when he told her, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to have this conversation no more. She still talking about, so it's true, it's true, whatever. I said, please leave this man alone. He know exactly what he doing. He gonna wait till the summertime, then he gonna go back to Brooke. Nah, y'all know what I say. I say every year he gonna wait. He gonna wait till the summer or the end of the year. He might switch it up this time, y'all. I said every year. If Taylor actually, because sometimes she don't be on the show. Well, if she actually on the show, he'll sit up here, he'll be with Taylor, then he go to Brooke. Then he go back to Brooke or he go to Taylor. That's just what he do. But yeah, that's all Katie was doing, trying to convince him that Lord, him and Taylor. Oh my freaking goodness. Him and Brooke belong together or whatever. And Taylor ends up walking in. She like, let me guess. She over here trying to speak on her sister's behalf. And she was saying how I know, yeah, I expect that I would do the same for my loved one. But I'm confident. I'm confident in what we share in our love and stuff like that. And that's when they got the hugging or whatever. Oh, she also told Reg that she went and gave Brooke her props or whatever. And she also put her on notice and let her know that, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. with Daphne and Zendaya, I see if she actually stays on the show. I haven't heard anything about the actress staying on the show or not, but if she do, I feel like her and Zendaya gonna end up being together because he stay up in her face. He came by to check on her again. I said, how many times you gonna check on her? But yeah, so Daphne was still saying how Forrester and Carter better off without Hope, and how, regardless of her being back at Forrester, Carter's done with her and stuff like that. And she was just so confident. I want to know why Carter waited so long to tell her this ain't that and that ain't this. And why he also like Ridge letting these folks touch all over here, letting her touch all over. I was expecting. Look, I was hoping that Hope was still there when they was talking about love and all this stuff, and she was like, "At least you done with Hope and all this stuff." I was expecting her to pop up out of there. No, she over here at Forrester. Hold on, y'all. I was like, that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. She came out while she was going on and on about Hope this and Hope that. If she came out of there and put her on notice again, that would have been perfect. But no. But yeah, Hope and Carter was just talking about starting over, hoping and so telling him to never doubt her love for him. Um, and he was saying he wanted her to lean on him during the whole Leon situation or whatever, help her get through it. Then they agreed to start fresh or whatever, and that's when she ended up leaving. Daphne ends up coming by, and that's when she assumed that he was done with Hope. He was saying something about, having a new love or something like that. And she thinking it's her. He waited too long to tell her. He just stand up there or whatever. She touching on his chest just like what's her name? Brooke was touching on Red's chest yesterday. But yeah, she's just smiling and happy or whatever, and he just making faces or whatever. And I was like, Daphne, read the room, sweetheart. Read the room. But yeah, hold on, Daphne think Hope is Carter. Oh, I think she told Zendaya that. She ends up telling him that Hope is Carter's past. Yeah, that was before she made it to his place or whatever. But yeah, Daphne ends up telling Carter she thinks she in love with him. And then he was like, Daphne or whatever. I do have a love or some type of way he put it, but it's with Hope. So she looking all shocked and stuff because she wanted to know if he had told her that he overheard her conversation with Liam. I was like, yeah, but that wasn't that. I mean, technically it was that. I still feel like she want to be with Liam. If she had to choose, it would be Liam. I seen somebody said that if she hadn't got hired back at Forrester, she wouldn't want Carter. What are y'all thoughts? Y'all agree? I feel like no, Liam had to convince her. How do I put this? Because Carter heard what he heard. He heard Liam saying, Carter's the man you should be with, give him another chance and stuff. And then she was like, no, I want to be with you or whatever. No, you don't want him. You didn't. I don't think she want Carter. I don't know, y'all. We'll see down the line, I guess. But what else happened? Let me see. I already talked about Richard Taylor. I already said Brooke still talking about some. She still believes in her and Reg. I was like, dude, give up. You and Daphne need to take a chill pill. Nah, for real. But I think that's everything, y'all. Definitely think Hope is Carter pass. Rich tells Katie. Oh yeah, Rich told Katie he don't want to have this conversation anymore. He was getting mad. She still was talking about him and Brooke, and that's when Taylor walked in. That's when Taylor ends up walking in. But that's it, y'all. Didn't nothing happen, like I said. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm about to watch General Hospital now and then do that review. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe.